A Serious Man. A Serious Man was released in 2009 and is written and directed by the Coen brothers and stars Michael Stuhlbarg, Richard Kind and Fred Malamed. And basically the film tells the story of Michael Stuhlbarg's character, who in the film is a Jewish man. And basically throughout the film we follow his character, and his character faces a lot of personal problems. But at the same time though, he also does teaching for a living in the film, and he faces a lot of problems there in his job as well. And basically all these problems that Michael Stuhlbarg's character faces in the film start to make the character question the religion that he believes in. And so that's basically the plot of the film. Basically, we follow Michael Stuhlbarg's character, who faces quite a few problems in the film, and all the problems that he faces make him question the religion that he believes in. And that's basically the plot of A Serious Man. And just before I give my opinion on this film, just to say this, I do like the Coen brothers. I do think they can make really good movies. I really like No Country for Old Men. I really like Fargo. And the more I think about Barton Fink, a film which I not too long ago reviewed on this channel, the more I think about that film, the more I really like it. And I also really like The Big Lebowski, and I found that film absolutely hilarious. And so The Big Lebowski is proof that I do think that the Coen brothers can do comedy. Unfortunately though, I didn't like A Serious Man at all, and I just found this film hugely disappointing and completely unfunny. Honestly, I'd never laughed in this film. I never ever laughed in this film. I watched the film the full way through and I didn't laugh. And I sat there with someone else who was watching it with me. Even then, they chuckled a couple times in the film. Only small chuckles, not full-on chuckles or anything. Even only just small chuckles in the film. They didn't properly laugh at all. And the thing is, on the box of the film, there's a bunch of reviews. You know, you get all these reviews from like Empire and The Guardian on the front of a DVD box, and a bunch of reviews saying this is one of the funniest comedies of the year. And honestly, I didn't laugh once, and it almost felt like in this film that there was an inside joke going on, and I wasn't allowed in on the inside joke. Honestly, there were moments in the film where I was just like, I don't find this funny at all, am I meant to? And I never felt invested in this film. I never felt interested in this story that was going on with Michael Stuhlbarg's character. I mean, that's not to say the film didn't have perks. I think Michael Stuhlbarg's performance in the film is brilliant. He is brilliant in the lead role in the film. At the same time, the film has some good cinematography from Roger Deakins, which is going to be expected because that's Roger Deakins. It wants to have a good musical score by Carter Burwell. I mean, it isn't a full-on orchestral score or anything, but every time the musical score pops up in the film, it does work rather well, and I do like the score for the film. I don't love it, but I like it. The film also does have a good use of Somebody to Love by Jefferson Airplane in the film, which works really well, and so I do think the film does have some perks, and does have some things going for it. Michael Stuhlbarg's performance, Roger Deakins' cinematography, Carter Burwell's score, and the way Somebody to Love by Jefferson Airplane is used in the film. Apart from that though, I struggled with this film. I never felt invested in it. I never felt intrigued in what was going on. I just didn't feel interested in the story that's being told in the film. Honestly, I just kind of sat there thinking, I want to like this film. I really do. I really want to like this film. But honestly, I don't. And I think it comes down to this. I do think the Coen brothers can do comedy. I do think the Coen brothers can do comedy rather well as well. Because there's actually sequences in The Big Lebowski when I literally cried laughing because it's that funny. But the thing is, some of the more recent Coen brothers comedies, like say Burn After Eden or Intolerable Cruelty or, Hail Caesar, I just haven't found funny at all. And I hate to say this, but I think A Serious Man kind of falls in that category of all those other films as well, because I didn't find it funny at all. And whether it was just me personally, I just kind of sat there thinking, I don't find this funny. Is it meant to be comedy? Because I don't really find it funny at all. And at the same time, though, the film never really invested in me. It never really, grasped my attention. I was sitting there thinking, right, come on, just make me invested in the story, and it just never did. Honestly, just from the opening, I wasn't invested. And that happens when I sit down to watch a film. Sometimes when I sit down to watch a film, I'm not invested straight away. That's fine. But I was waiting for that moment to become invested in the film. I never did. And although I do think the film does have some perks, ultimately, I just found it hugely disappointing. I didn't get it. I just didn't get the point of it. And yes, you could argue that's the point of Coen brothers films. You don't actually get the point of their own films. There's no point to them. Like saying Barton Fink, there's no point to the story told in Barton Fink. There's no point to the story told in Fargo. But that's kind of what's so genius about them. In A Serious Man, I kind of sat there feeling completely underwhelmed at the end of the film. I mean, that's not to say it's awful. I do think the film is good in some aspects, but ultimately, I just didn't like it at all, and I just found it hugely disappointing. I really wanted to like it, I really did, but honestly, I just didn't. And so for that reason, I'm going to say that A Serious Man, I hate to say this, I really do, I'm going to say that A Serious Man is a 3 out of 10. Honestly, you might watch this film and you might really like it. You might watch it and you might laugh along with it, and you might sit through this film and you might find that personal fulfillment in this film that I just personally never found. But honestly, I just kind of sat there and I just never found invested in what was going on. I didn't laugh once in this film. And even the person I watched the film with only chuckled a couple of times. Didn't really find it that funny either. And so, all in all, although I do think the film does have some things going for it, particularly Michael Stuhlbarg's performance, as well as, the music, the cinematography, ultimately, I didn't like the film at all. And so for that reason, I hate to say it, I really do, because I really wanted to like this film. But ultimately, I'm going to say that A Serious Man is a 3 out of 10 for me. Anyway guys, what do you think of A Serious Man? Do you love it, do you hate it, or have you just not watched it? And if not, why not? Please do comment down below, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway guys, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like, subscribe on this video, and look forward to many more, both film and TV reviews coming very, very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon, but bye for now, bye!